Hey everyone, so as promised, I'm back for my next video on these beautiful guitars. You may have seen the video on this one last week, my ES-345, great bit of kit. And as you can see, we've got its sort of a brother, the red one here, the ES-330. Which was my guitar as well, but it's not, sadly. It's one of my students that's been lent to me recently. So yeah, probably the most amount of money I've ever held in my hands. So I'm going to put this one back down carefully. And we're going to do a video today a bit more in depth about this guitar. So here goes. So yeah, the ES-330. I mean, it might look on first impression very similar to the guitar I did the video on last week. Obviously it's a different colour. But construction wise, you know, it's actually quite a different guitar underneath, you know. So we're going to talk about a lot of the ins and outs later on. But I'm going to try and do as many playing examples as possible, let you hear the thing. Give you my first impressions on the guitar. And try my best to do a comparison between the two. And it's not really a which is better at all, it's just different flavours, you know. They're both amazing guitars and great fun to play. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Let's get to some playing examples. Alright, so before we get into too much playing, just to explain very quickly, I'm using the BLACKSTAR JJN 20, same as last week's video. I've done that on purpose just to give a bit of consistency. So if you want to hear the 345 again, just jump back to the previous video. I'll put a link in the top so you can check that out if you've not seen it before. But yeah, let's start off with the neck pickup. I'm just going to dial in some tones, so here we go. So these are P90 pickups, they are lovely, they're the chrome sort of casings, and yeah, fairly low output as you'd expect for guitar from this era. Sounds great, so I'm going to do a little bluesy noodle as always, just to get started, and then I'll go into a few more examples. So as you can hear, it sounds gorgeous for that sort of blues noodling that I'm a big fan of. So yeah, I'm just going to chat really quickly about the specs of this guitar, and then I'm going to play you a few more examples on the different pickup. But yeah, first of all, first impression, it's generally my first time playing a ES-330. It's kind of looked down upon as like the a bit like the underdog, I think, because everyone always goes on about the 335s or the 345s and whatnot. But the 330 it's like a hidden gem. It's completely hollow. So that's the first main difference you're going to notice in a guitar like this. And if you're not too familiar with what that means, it means it's going to be a very lightweight guitar, unlike the 345 in my previous video, which has the sort of sense block in the middle, the mahogany block. This is completely hollow, so you hear it everywhere, completely hollow all over. Now, that makes it feel a lot more acoustic in person, so even unplugged it's very resonant. But when you plug it in, it just has a different feel, you know. There's a lot of misconceptions about a guitar like this, you know. Will it feedback constantly? Obviously with a lot of gain, it is going to feedback, but you can control it and get some cool sounds out of it. So, like I said, I'm going to try my best to get as many examples as I can between this and the other guitar. You know, another few things to talk about on this guitar, the neck join is another thing which is different on this guitar. So, this is what we call a 16th fret neck join, meaning the neck simply joins the body at the 16th fret, whereas on the 4-5 or the 3-5, you know, the brown one, the walnut one, it joins at the 19th fret. So, you know, that basically means you've got a little bit less fret access on this guitar. It's not the end of the world. You can still play pretty high up, you know. But much past 19 is going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, my hand physically can't get much higher than that unless I sort of play on the top of the guitar. But realistically, a guitar like this, you know, it's not really built for shredding on. It's a blues, it's a rock and roll guitar, so, and that's what it sounds best for in my opinion. So I really wouldn't worry too much about the fret access. So yeah, like I said, completely hollow. That really does change the sound. This guitar is a vintage guitar. It's from, we believe, between 1963 and 67. It's hard to tell, to be honest, because in those days the records weren't so good as they were today. So you can check out the serial number later on. But some of the features it has, such as the block inlays, the 16th fret neck join, would make us think it's between 63 and 67. But if anyone else knows more, please let us know in the comments, because it'd be interesting to know. But yeah, let's check out the bridge pickup. So here goes. So as you can hear, there's plenty of bite to these pickups. That was the bridge pickup, and it's going to sound great for those, you know, kind of crunchy riffs. So I'm going to play a few more for you. Here's one that I'm sure you'll have heard before. So, classic sounds. Let's try rolling that bridge pickup down a little bit to clean it up, and that's something this guitar does beautifully. So, here again, full volume. Let's just roll it down a touch. Probably one of the best pickups for rolling down your volume on. It just really has that nice sparkle to it. So, yeah, let me play a few different riffs for you. So this is volume roll down a little bit to 7. So like I said, when I play this guitar, I want to play early 60s music, you know. It's most famously played by guys like Keith Richards, you know. The Epiphone Casino would have been like the sister version of this guitar. So I'm sure you've all seen John Lennon playing one of these, or the Casinos, you know. So I'm going to play a couple of Beatles riffs at some point in the video, just a mixture of stuff. So here's a bridge pickup. And let's write it down a little bit more, so I'm going to put it down to 2 or 3 here. So it retains a lovely snappy sound the whole way down. So no matter where the volume is, you get a great bite to it. So let's try something in the middle position here. So unlike the previous guitar, this is just a three-way switch, completely as you expect on a modern guitar. So we've got the neck pickup, middle position is both together, and then obviously the bridge pickup down here. So let's try the middle position, see what that does. So I'm going to try the clean channel on the amp now, because, you know, 60s music was normally a little bit cleaner than what I like to play these days, but yeah, let's give it a go. So let's try the neck pickup on the clean channel, see how that sounds. Lovely, really nice guitar to noodle on that. Very relaxing tone that, you know. Don't use the clean channel enough, but I will play a little bit more on it. Let's try the middle position here. Very nice. So a lovely sound that. It's just a joy to play with these big open chords on it. It's quite weird. I can really feel the guitar sort of resonating against my body. It's quite an experience playing a hollow guitar, you know. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play a few little licks on this, and if my editing skills are any decent, I'm going to try and chop in the same playing on the 4-5. So I'm not going to touch the amp at all. I'm going to keep the settings exactly the same, just so you can see or hear, or should I say, what the difference is between the two. No idea how this will come out on the cameras, but we shall see. So here's a bit of playing for you. I'm going to keep it fairly clean and traditional. So again, there's by no means is this a scientific experiment. It's just me having a bit of fun switching guitars around. So let's try bridge pickup, and let's try that full volume on the clean channel. Okay, so I'm just really going to quickly play this unplugged. I say unplugged, it's still plugged in, but just the volume's down, and I'm going to do that on the 345 as well, just so you can see and hear a comparison. Again, I don't know how this will come across on the cameras, but I can tell you how it feels in the room. So, here's some chords. So I can really feel that vibrating against my body. Again, with it being completely hollow, it kind of feels a bit more like an acoustic guitar, I guess you'd say. Obviously with the benefit of it being nice and slim though. So I feel this is probably louder than the 4.5, but we shall see. Let's check out the 4.5. Okay, be interested to see how that compares. This one doesn't feel as loud with me sat here playing it, but it does sound brighter to me. Again, that could be many reasons. It's definitely a heavier guitar though. The centre block on this does add a bit of weight to it. Again, nothing like a Les Paul, but first impressions holding both together, the 330 for obvious reasons is a lot lighter. So if that's anything to take into consideration, that's something I should mention. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can make this guitar feedback now. I've got a bit of gain on the amp, I've got a pedal on the floor, boosting it a bit, so it's a bit more higher gain than you'd probably expect for a guitar of this nature. But just to show you that it's a really cool sound and it's not unusable with high gain, is what I'm trying to show you. So let's see how this goes. So I'm just going to roll the volume in as and when I feel like I need to. So here we go. Okay, it's a pretty fun sound. I had a bit of fun with that. So again, obviously, you'd have to be pretty loud to get that feedback going on like that. I think it's quite a cool sound, to be honest. So again, these guitars might get a bit of a bad rep for that, but you can play what you want on a guitar like this. I mean, you know, I guess it's more of a smooth, clean sound, but I think it sounds pretty cool with the gain as well, to be honest, you know. So you can make it what you want, really, can't you? Alright, so I'm going to try something a bit ludicrous. I'm going to try a bit of Jimi Hendrix. I know you wouldn't normally think of a Hendrix with this. You normally associate him with Fender guitars, maybe the Strats. But he did have a Gibson Flying V and an SG at one point, and I'm sure he would have loved to play it on a guitar like this. So yeah, let's see how it sounds. You know, I know these are P90 pickups, but they're essentially fat single coils. So let's see how it works. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. This has been really fun today, plugging in this lovely vintage ES-330. So yeah, hopefully you were able to make up a bit of a conclusion for yourself. It's not really about which is the best, it's about what suits the player really. So these are both just different tools in the toolkit is the way I like to see them. Stunning guitars, and I'm very, very thankful for the lend. So a huge thank you to my student who has lent me this stunning guitar. I'll be very sad to see it go. But it's not like I don't have loads of guitars anyway. So yeah, plenty to keep me happy. So let me know what you thought of this video. Did you find this sort of thing interesting, shooting out two different guitars? You know, it's tend to do a lot more of this style of video. So let me know what you think. If anyone's got a 330 or a 345 or anything, let us have a chat in the comments. I'd love to hear more about it. You know, they're cool guitars. Maybe one day I'll buy one of these for myself. We'll see. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.